Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a April TBR, like a March wrap-up April TBR. There's still about a good week left of March, so I do have time to finish a few more books, but I do like to be ahead of time on these things, and especially because this April is the what's it called? The spring equinox Orilium semester in the magical readathon hosted by Book Roast here on YouTube. So I did a video picking my TBR for that, so if you want to see that, I'll try to link it below, see if I can figure out how to do that. But I also thought I'd run down what I have been reading in March, because some of these things have changed. But I did play my TBR game at the beginning of March, and I got 6 prompts for that. So I got a TBR jar that said continue a series, and I picked A Venom Dark and Sweet. I have not read this one yet. Like I said, there's still hope, but I think this is on audiobook on Libby, and right now I'm reading Strange the Dreamer, and that is 16 hours long, so I think that will be most of the rest of this month, so I don't know. But for a series we have The Heart Principle. I did finish that. It wasn't really what I expected, but you know, yeah. Then I got another TBR jar that was a recommendation, and I picked Someone You Can Build a Nest In. I also still have that one ready to go, but I haven't started it yet, because right now I'm reading Blood Over Brighthaven and what am I reading? Icarus by T. Ankrum. So, and Blood Over Brighthaven is pretty big, so I'm not sure I can finish that in time to finish this one too, but we'll see. Then I had a Reading the World pick, and I picked I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. I did read that. Turns out they live in Chicago, so... But she does go to Mexico at some point for a couple of weeks. So I'm debating whether or not I can pick that for Mexico. I probably can't. Anyways. Then I got a list, and Blood Over Brighthaven is on my 100 before 50 list. So I picked that one, and like I said, I am reading that now. Then I got another series, and I picked A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. And that is number 3 out of 4, I think. And I did read that one, so that's half my TBR, that's pretty good. And then I had for Buzzword Tiny Pretty Things, and I did read that one. It was fine, but... Then for Adventure in Eldia, I had my priority TBR, and I picked Blood Over Brighthaven again, because, like I said, it was on my 100 before 50 list. Then for StoryGraph, I got, it was supposed to be a big book, and I picked Quicksilver because my library said they had it, and then I got an email saying they didn't have it. So I did a pivot and picked, not Strange the Dreamer, what's it called? Muse of Nightmares. And I am reading that now, like I said. I think I'll have time to finish it before the month is out. Then I was playing a TBR game called Book Bingo, and I had 4 books left, and I have not read any of these, and I don't think I will have time to do it. So that's that. Not very successful. But like I said, I'm hoping to finish both Muse of Nightmares, Blood Over Brighthaven. Yeah, those 2 at least, but that will tick off 3 boxes. So, wish me luck. And the month wasn't a total wash, because I did read stuff. Like, according to this, I only read 4 things, but I actually read 8 things. Because I have a tendency to mood read and read what's available on Libby and stuff. So I did read Heaven Official's Blessing, and I actually really liked it, so I think I'm going to continue with that series. I had read The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and didn't really get on with it, so I was a bit worried about this one, but like I said, I liked it. Then I read A Psalm for the Wild Build, and again, I liked it. It was something completely different from what I somehow had gotten in my brain that it was, so I was a little bit confused, but it was good. Then I read The Heart Principle, and again, not what I expected, but it was good. It was just very intense and heavy. Then I read The Devil in the White City, And again, this was more about the White City than the devil. And it seemed quite disconnected, the two things. They just so happened to take place at the same time and in the same place, but didn't really have anything to do with each other. I read Tiny Pretty Things, and it was very Pretty Little Liars-esque, so if you like that, you might like this. I read The Passion of Artemisia, about Artemisia Gentileschi, the Italian painter in the Renaissance, and it was interesting to read about life at that point in time. And every time she mentioned a painting, I looked it up, so that was kind of fun too, to see some paintings and sculptures that, I mean, obviously a picture of it, but you know. Then I read I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, and it was also quite heavy, yeah, with like lots of heavy themes and intense. Then I read An American Marriage, and I really didn't know how to rate this because I think it was pretty well written, but like the characters were so annoying. And like Ray, that's his name, right? Ray, I hated him. He was such a DICK. Oh my word. He was unhinged. Like, he actually threatened to R-word his wife. And he was like, I can take it if I want it, but I'm such a good guy that I won't take it. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? Oh, but yeah. But I guess he was supposed to be unlikable. I mean, I hope so, because if anyone thinks that that's the guy they want to marry, I'm like, step back. But anyways, I have read those, and yeah, that is my March wrap-up. Okay, I prepped the pages off camera because I get nervous when I do it on camera. Anyway, I have made space for my April TBR here, and if you saw my other video, you know that I am doing the spring equinox on Orilium, and I have a bunch of books equinox for that. I'll fill them in and get back to you. Right, so I already have Dear Haiti, Love Elaine, How to Solve Your Own Murder, Last Night at the Telegraph Club, The Black God's Drums, and Kindred on my spring equinox TBR. Then we also have all the other challenges I'm doing, and for the buzzword, we'll have to check the word is for April, and it is animals. I'm tempted to put the animals of Lockwood Manor on there because it's on like 7 of my reading TBR game TBRs, but I have been having issues trying to source it, so I don't think it's gonna go well if I put it on. I'm going to have a look and see if any of the books I currently have either on my own shelves or from the library have animals in the title. They do not, so let's see what other people have added to the challenge on StoryGraph. I was thinking about The Heartless Hunter, which is called The Crimson Moth in Europe, I think, so that counts. And also Once There Were Wolves. Mockingjay. I have been wanting to reread Hunger Games because Gavin Reads It All just released his reading vlog of the Hunger Games with spoilers, so I really want to watch it, but I don't want to spoil myself before I read the books again. But let's have a look. I feel like a lot of these don't really fulfill the prompt, like the Pallbearers Club. That's not an animal. Shady Hollow is not an animal. I think I'm just going to go with what am I going to go with? Maybe like the 7 Year Slip is not an animal. What are people doing? There should be some sort of curation to this. But anyways, I think I'm going to pick once there were wolves. Okay, and then we also have the Eldia. I'm assuming we're still doing something, even though we are also doing the spring equinox. I am going to have to fire up my computer for this, so hang on. Okay, here we have the map, and as per the rules, I can only really go to here, because you have to move like upwards in numbers, so you go from 1 to 2 to 3, so I can't go back to 2. So I have to go this way, and that's 4B, and the prompt for that is find winter cloak. As the terrain changes, you realize the clothes you're left with just won't do. You need something much warmer. Book by an author with a W in their name. Okay, that's quite specific. Okay, I'm going to pick The Three Dahlias by Katie Watson with a W. Again, it's subject to change because it depends on the availability from my library. But yeah, if I can't get it, then I have already sourced The Prince and the Dressmaker, I think by Jen Wang. And that is available right now, at least. Sometimes it's so random when things are available. But anyways, that should be I should be able to get that one if this one falls through. But I think that's a graphic novel, and I don't really love graphic novels. Is it a graphic novel? Am I lying? The Prince and the Dressmaker. It doesn't really... yeah, graphic novel. So I don't love graphic novels, but I will give it a go. Then we have the StoryGraph challenge, and that is always a bit of an interesting thing, because let's see. Okay, it's I joined the randomize-ish your TBR just for fun, because I saw Amanda, I think it is, at the Reading and Writing Life doing it, and it sounded like fun. So you can see I did there's a monthly prompt and a bonus prompt. I'm just doing the monthly. And for March, I'm reading Muse of Nightmares. So, oh no, did I not read A Reaper at the Gates? Why have that not? One moment, because I did read A Reaper, did I not? Oh my god. Okay, I read A Reaper at the Gates. Let's go back. So, what am I trying to do here? Okay, and no red dates. It was in the middle of the month of March this year, and I finished it like, what's the date now? The 21st, so maybe the 18th. I'm not really too specific about the dates. I just wanted to count in the month. Update. Yep. Okay, and now we should see if I have finished it. Yay! Okay, so I actually don't need to read Muse of Nightmares, but anyways, I'm doing it anyways. Okay, so for April's prompt, it is filter out all books from 2024 and 25. Leave the from box blank, type 23 into 2 box. Sort your filter TBR by pop date latest first, and generate a random number from 1 to the number of books. Okay, let's try that. So we go to my TBR. Where's my TBR? Here, in filter. Filter. Pop date. Oh, and what did she say? Leave it blank, and then 2023. And then do the filter. And then what were we supposed to do? Why am I so terrible with this? Pop date latest to first. Okay, where are we? 2023 filter. Pop date latest first. 207 books. Okay, here we are, and we got 76. Should I spare you the counting? Yeah. Okay, so this Pondweed is number 70. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Romance Book Club. Okay, that has been on my TBR for ages, so that should be good to check. I think it's about a bunch of guys who get together for a book club and they read romance books to try to woo the women in their lives. So that should be fun. Then I also had the book bingo, but I think that's actually coming to a close here. It's not on this one, it's in this one. For some reason I decided to set myself a deadline on this one, and that deadline is March 31st. So, like I said, I have actually 5 books left on it, so I don't think that's going to happen. So for now I have 8 books on my April TBR. I haven't really decided if I want to play my own TBR game, because sometimes it gets a little too much for me, but sometimes I can't not do it. So we'll see once we get closer to the 1st of the month if I feel the urge. But let me know if you are participating in any of the challenges and what you'll be reading in April, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!